There's two types of people in this world. Animal and people.
This is what 20 minutes on the stepper will do to you. If you don't have one already, it's on sale. I'll link it below.
Bringing sexy back, sexy arms, sexy legs, round peach, flat belly. Just go on a walk. Lady and gentlemen, today's video is about Gen Z.
Hey kids!
They are reaching the mid-20s and they're putting on weight.
Oh no. It's a McChicken nugget in Chick-fil-A sauce. Somebody stop me.
So that means that the fitness information that they receive is actually very important. We have the next generation of people coming into the world and being like, oh my God, I'm putting on weight that I never thought I would. I used to eat like shit and never have any recourse for it, but that is not the case anymore. What do I do? And now we have a pipeline of steady shit being peddled to these Gen Zers in ways that I thought were not possible anymore, but here I am being proven wrong.
There's two types of people in this world. Animal and people.
Well, that was stupid.
Fuck you!
The first thing I want to show you guys is a machine that, again, I thought would never see the light of day again, and yet it's being pushed throughout TikTok, Gen Z Haven, more than like anything I've ever seen before as far as exercise equipment goes. Let me show you guys these videos.
This is what 20 minutes on the stepper will do to you. If you don't have one already, it's on sale. I'll link it below. But if you do have one, join me on Monday, 12:30 p.m. Feel free to recommend night times, and we will work out together.
This is what it looks like. Like, she's sweating, okay? This is what it looks like to go on the stepper. No, this is what it looks like to move your body. Sweat a little bit, okay? But let me show you what we're working with. This is the machine. Look at what she's on. Bringing sexy back, sexy arms, sexy legs, round peach, flat belly. And like in some of the comment sections of these, like these are on back orders, a bunch of people being like, oh my God, I'm trying to get mine. Like, they don't know that in the, I think the 80s or 90s, like this thing was already out, and it's just a dust collector. That's all it is. Like I would venture to say that the people who bought this back then probably used it once or twice, put it under their bed, never saw it again. It's portable. It counts your steps as you go. Just go on a walk. Just go on a walk. Like, lift some weights, do a push-up, learn how to do an air squat.
No!
Look, so this is like the surface of the thing that I've noticed continuously over the past 6 months. I think this is kind of like the thesis of this channel. If we took a broad look at it, it's that no matter how much fitness information is out there, it's not that the amount of bad information is coming up, but the amount of useless information. So it's not like if you consume it, it's a negative, like you're taking steps backwards. It's just taking up space with things that are much more useful. What I've learned when I've coached people for the past pretty much decade is that this is a psychological thing. You have to give people a pathway to where they can kind of visualize their end goal. And that pathway needs to come from movements that are usually best, quote unquote, bang for your buck, optimal movements. Insert, overused theme when we talk about exercises. But let me give you an example. I teach someone how to back squat to full depth. It's a long process. I've shown it on my YouTube channel. I've shown it on videos before, but it's a long process. You gain mobility. You gain this kinesthetic awareness of and proprioception that you've never had before. And I put a barbell on your back and we're squatting. We get 100 pounds and your legs are like wibbly and wobbly. And I come back, 2-3 days from now, let's try it again, or next week or whatever. And then we start putting on more and more weight. Next thing you know, you have a path. You have a clear goal. And so it's important to understand that the difference between the barbell squat and this fucking stepper is palpable, but there are three main ones. One is it progressible, or can I implement progressive overload?
Elmo! No! What's going on?
No!
Elmo, stop saying no!
No!
So on the back squat, weight. I can add weight. I can add reps. I can add sets. I can take time out from in between sets. I can add time. There's a ton of different variables. The second is going to be a word that I try to stay away from, but it's like optimal or just like time efficiency. Now this one, people could argue that the stepper is very time efficient. It's so small, no setup, pull it out from under your bed, get stepping, you know what I mean? But in reality, like, it's not more efficient than, walking around, walking up a hill. It's not. It's simply not.
No!
But like the barbell squat, why this is the one that I bring up, it's a total body, and again, you gain this proprioceptive awareness throughout your entire body, and you're also able to progress in a way that is much better than most of these bullshit exercises. Yes, I could do progressive overloading with this stepper unit, but the likelihood that I'm going to do that is low. And that's the third one, right? Like, what is the likelihood that we adhere to progressive overload and movement efficiency? And it's extremely low.
No! Don't do that!
This is how people sell you on things. Let me show you guys what another targeted ad here.
All right, let's talk about this little mini stepper. Don't buy it. Do not buy it for your girl. Trust me, she gonna get in shape and she gonna leave you. I'm trying to tell you, do not buy this. She gonna get that body right and she gonna start acting different. Don't do it. Don't do it. But it's linked right here, though, or you can go to the showcase. It's linked right here, but don't do it. Trust me.
I don't understand how TikTok works, but I've seen a lot of these. It seems to be creators who just like have like these affiliate links and they just want to sling them, whatever. That's your hustle. Totally fine. Except the piece of machinery is a piece of shit. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm just going to draw the hard line there. And the odds that someone is going to use this thing more than 5 times cannot be, it has to be one of the lowest things. I like to think about the Peloton. There's a big Peloton craze because of COVID, and their stock price is just massive because if you think about it, I think the average membership was like $39 a month. And they got to buy the machine, and they had like millions of users. You guys do the math there. I think they closed out last year with like 3 billion or something. I don't know. Their market cap's like 15 billion, whatever. It's a Wazi, it's a Woozy, it's a Fugazi. You gotta think that the retention of usership in Peloton is down. And this is kind of my thing, is like home fitness doesn't really work unless there is some sort of information, some sort of thirst for knowledge on behalf of the person doing the home fitness. I know guys who work out at home and absolutely crush. I know lots of them. However, I am not your regular human being. I am involved in the fitness industry. Okay, and when I think about the regular human being in this world, I think about people buying steppers and thinking that's home fitness. Right? They don't know how to bodyweight squat. They don't know how to push up. They don't know how to do all of these things. They don't know that if they just went on a walk, it would be much more effective. They don't know any of that. So home fitness in general does not work.
Yeah, what a joke.
Unless there is some sort of interest in society in fitness. And I'm here to tell you, like I have so many other times, it's not. It never has been. And while there's more fitness influencers than ever, these fitness influencers, it's just a fashion trend. Goth, emo, makeup tutorials, all of these different things are not just trends, but they're like a fashion statement. A Gen Z kid has a path now to some sort of social media engagement by way of showing off their body through fitness. I mean, really, there was no other way for doing that besides in like fashion or modeling. And in fashion and modeling, like that's a very narrowed down thing. Like to become a model is kind of a weird process that no one really knows unless you do some research and then you send in headshots and then people, whatever. The fitness thing is like, I think it's a lower barrier to entry. Yeah, you got to be good looking. Yeah, you got to have a pretty decent physique, but it's now a thing. That doesn't mean that information is going up at all. It's useless information that is growing a lot.
Why contain it? Let it spill over to the schools and churches. Let the...
No!
I find this to be, discouraging because I'm in the fitness industry and I'm always going to get beat out by, a trendy TikTok kid, just because it's a more palpable internet generation, Gen Z. And I just, if you look at my demographics, I'm just not catering to them, and that's totally fine. But I'm not really that frustrated by it because the core audience that I've built in you guys, like you're genuinely interested in fitness knowledge and just interested in this as a mode of consumption, not in a very superficial manner. I mean, I'm telling you guys, what do you think the odds are that somebody, if you scroll on their any feed, whatever the social media is, what are the odds that, they're following anything with any relevant kind of information or some sort of funnel that gets them to something that ends up working for them in the long run?
See, asking questions is a great way to find out things.
No.
I want to pull something up here. I just searched 80s home fitness. Okay, I just Googled that. The first thing that came up is this thing, vintage 80s fitness exercise machine. The Shape Shop Hip Cycle sealed inbox. She's laying on her back. It's a little cycle thing. Now, you tell me that is either better or worse than the stepper. One could argue that you could do different things. You could plank and cycle. You could do, you could make arguments. And look, it stows safely and neatly underneath your bed, right? I mean, I could literally start making these right now and start selling them, create a click funnel, and get a bunch of these TikTok idiots to be like, don't buy your girl this or else she's going to act up because she's going to lose weight. Like, I could do that. Easy. I could easily do that. You could do that easily. Why aren't you? Right? It's right there. This is the sort of shit that like we always laugh about. We're always like 5-minute abs, 6-minute abs, 7-minute abs, or 4-minute abs. Oh, I can do 3-minute abs. Like we used to laugh about these videos, the jazzercise videos.
I got a killer routine today for you, and we're gonna be doing all ab exercises.
So here we've got 6 exercises that you're gonna do today.
6! What a surprise! 6 is one of my very favorite numbers!
But it's still occurring now, and it's not slowing down by any stretch. The internet is in and pathway to see these commercials is in more hands than ever. So if I had to guess, it's growing. Nothing is improving here. I know I'm being a bit of a doomer here, but I think it's important to distinguish these things. I'm not claiming like, oh, everyone sucks. I rule. The fucking information that I send out to the world is so much better than anyone else. I'm just trying to point out that en masse, people don't know about fitness. And I always say, like, they likely never will. Capitalistic shit gets in the way of it. And this is not some sort of communist manifesto. Anytime anyone complains about capitalism, it's like, oh, you must be some, leftist libtard. Okay? That's not the case. Like, just because someone is winning at making money and making a product doesn't make the fucking product good. In fact, a lot of times it makes it shit. They just found a way to game the system. They try a little bit harder in the salesmanship of it, but not in the actual curation of the thing that they're selling. However, for us, for you and me, okay, we're just going to continue on watching. We're going to continue on watching shit and trying to at least teach people about fitness in a way that, again, they can at least understand the finish line. Again, the 3 keys here, is the exercise progressible? Like, can we use progressive overload? Is the exercise time efficient? And it's not just a convenience thing. It is an understanding of, what muscles are being used, how frequently you can do it, and the efficacy of that singular movement. And then the third one is adhering to it, right? Like, what is the likelihood that we are going to adhere to this movement forever? Like the squat, I would say that's a pretty high likelihood. The stepper, as low as it gets. I mean, the Bowflex was pretty low too, man. All of these machines are just dust collectors. And if anything, this video needs to show to you guys that they still exist. They're still coming out. Anyways, that's all I have for you guys today. I appreciate your time. Come back again, and I'll see you later.